Jessica Frost Ballas here for Lawnfawn, sharing a sparkly birthday card to celebrate Lawnfawn's 10th birthday. So let's get started. First, I die cut the sunrise backdrop and meadow backdrop portrait from Strathmore Bristol cardstock. I blended scattered straw distress oxide ink over the sunrise backdrop, concentrating the color towards the bottom of the die. Then I blended a background panel of Strathmore Bristol cardstock using scattered straw, dried marigold, worn lipstick, and abandoned coral distress oxide ink. I went back and forth between the colors until I had a smooth blend. Next, I blended shabby shutters and mowed lawn distress oxide ink over the meadow backdrop, focusing mowed lawn around the edges of the grass. I set those aside to dry and worked on the rest of the card. I stamped several images from Gleeful Gardens and Fairy Friends onto white cardstock with VersaFine and heat embossed them with clear embossing powder. I colored the images with Copics and then die cut them with the coordinating dies. I also die-cut standalone flowers from the Meadow backdrop set multiple times and colored those with Copic markers as well. Then I stamped the fairies onto vellum with VersaFine and heat embossed them with hologram clear sparkle embossing powder for a little extra shimmer. Once all the images were die cut, I carefully fussy cut the wings off the fairies and then adhered them to the vellum fairies to give them sparkly vellum wings. You can skip this step, but I really love the effect of the vellum. Next, I stamped a sentiment from a little sparkle onto the Meadow backdrop with VersaFine and heat embossed it with the same sparkly embossing powder. I adhered the sunrise backdrop to the blended background and then trimmed it down to be slightly smaller than an A2 panel. Then I adhered that to the Meadow backdrop. At this point, I realized I made a little mistake and part of the sunrise backdrop was visible under the frame of the Meadow backdrop. So I carefully peeled up the top of the frame and used scissors to cut out the framed sections of the sunrise backdrop. Then I added a little more adhesive and sealed the frame again, and you can't even tell it required a little card surgery. I adhered all of my images to the panel with a mix of liquid and ATG adhesive. Then it was time to add lots of sparkle. I started by coating the flowers, fairy wings, and dresses with glitter using the lawnfawn glitter pen. I let that dry for a few minutes and then added crystal glaze to the wings and large flowers. I sprinkled the crystal glaze with chunky and prismatic glitter and then tapped off the excess. Finally, I added a little more crystal glaze to the smaller flowers to finish the card. And that's it. Happy 10th birthday to lawnfawn and best wishes for many, many more. You can find more information on the products I used today at the lawnfawn blog, and there's a link in the YouTube description below. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, have a fabulous day and happy crafting. Bye!